Hey everyone, let's build Asha in the City of Rosas by Lego Disney Wish. This is set number 43223. Contains 154 bricks. Retails for $19.99, and the set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. And that's essentially what we're building there. If that's supposed to be a city, then yeah, I have no clue what that is. And we got two piles of bricks. This is bag 1 and bag 2, so there's 2 bags in this set. And the building guide just jumps right on in. Okay. And in addition to that, for this being a small set, we got stickers. So probably going to be some belly aching as an added bonus for this video. Alright, let's begin. Let's build it. And I want to get going on this today because I've been kind of parting out a bunch of sets. This is a bedside build. I just got done with a nasty round of work. And today is, I think today's the 29th of September 2023. Alright, so we're starting right off with stickers right off the back with 6. So I'll show you. See, they have you just yeah, I mean, let's just get it out of the way here because I want to get back into building my own stuff today. Well, I'm not building anything, but I'm parting stuff out so I can make room for the 2024 stuff. Purple side goes towards the clips, so just remember that. And just trying to get things done. I got 3 projects left to finish up for the end of the year, and I'm trying to get through a bunch of part outs and stuff. Now there's the head inside the box. I have to look up their names. Let me find the box. I thought I had it over here. And her name is Asha. That's the only one in there. And then we have Valentino, which is the little dog. We'll find that here in a bit. I don't want to hear that rubbing up against the wall. Makes that rubby, ticky noise that I can't stand. There we go. And then she's going to need a torso. I don't know why she's got a flag for here. So before you get to all the fun stuff, you got to do all this first. And that's it for her. And oh, she stays up. Let's find Valentino. That's Valentino, a very masculine name for that little puppy. Alright, and that's it for that portion of the build. Well, we're just building all the figures first. You get one mini doll, you get Star, and you get Valentino. I'm already starting to memorize the character names. So this week, I've just been doing Lego Disney reviews. No mocks, no tutorials. I did one tutorial before all the reviews came in. It was a very small one. I filmed it. I'm not redoing it. The lighting was kind of poor. I think the camera was on auto, so it kept making the video as dim as possible, which is kind of weird. So I just thought, well, it's a little tiny tutorial. I'm not going to reshoot it. You know, a lot of people don't watch the small stuff anyways. And it's still watchable, and if somebody just thinks it bothers them or something like that, I can always redirect them to the building guide they'll have to buy. Yeah. Remember, the tutorials are really only meant for my reference and for your entertainment. Like we're building the wagon now. I think I have 7 or 6 weeks left. I think it's 7 weeks till I'm off. I think I'm off for 12 or 14 weeks. I don't know. Hoping it's a long vacation. So I'm taking time off and not gonna worry about work too much. I need a break from it. Really, you can get sick doing work too much. I like this little wagon though. Well, those are kind of really flimsy wheels they're using for these. I think I've seen these on the VW Bug. I think the handlebars are meant for her to hold on to it, but set it like that. That's how they asked for it right there. And that's what it is. She's supposed to grab onto that. Oh, well. Okay, now we can do the big stuff. And I've been parting out the campground. And now I'm finding a bunch of my sand yellow. Well, this right here would make a great base for part of a campground. And it's I kind of miss that little campground that I built, but don't worry, you know, here's the deal. I'm taking it apart. I don't save my mocks, I don't save my tutorial builds, but when I preserve them, like the campground has been preserved, it's completely been put into stud. Oh, Lego, you scratched that door? Wow, that's kind of messed up on that. Well, guess what? I see another scratch again. I'm dinging off a whole point. But I've been just kind of... Oh, there's doorknobs that go on both sides. That's right, these doors you can do that. And I'm just trying to just preserve all my work. You know, you never know. I may... my life may sunset one day, and that'll be it. You know, how am I going to pass on my knowledge? I don't think this is going to be a collaborative build. I've got to put a sticker on that tile, so we can't imagine. We actually got to draw over it. Jay, why do you just put them on there? Because it's a review offer. I have to, unfortunately. Just have to rip them off later on. I can never get stickers on right. Oh, that one I did. If that was printed on there, man, I'd be scarfing those up. Remember that Queer Eye set? I need to find more of those little floor tiles. Are those ones they use for the rug? Yeah, I need to get those. Those are really cool. I don't expect this to be a very big set. It's got 154 bricks. So I don't expect this is going to take too long. Man, they used a lot of these good pieces for this build here. And, oh, you know what? I can just turn the light on, huh? There we go. I've noticed some of my videos that the videos are washed out. They're just too bright. I'm like, okay, well. And oh, there it is. It shouldn't be too hard. What's the age range on this? 6+? It means us adults can't put it together. They got all those stickers, right? And then they have this thing here printed. I mean, really, I don't get it, but I could see that being used for something cool. At least it's printed, you know. I mean, I could use those printed pieces. That means you can find this like on a I'm not going to mention the website's name here, on a site that sells Lego bricks, and you can do that, or you can get it probably through Lego Bricks and Pieces if they would. If they want to sell that, they could. Well, that's kind of interesting. They shoved this carrot stick in here. Looks like now you got strawberries. Kind of cool. They have that sitting in here. And there's an apple right here. It's almost like a little storefront. It's not a bad idea, you know. Some of these little sets, though, you can get a lot of good ideas out of. Did he put a piece over here, or is that just left open? Yeah. So far with these Disney sets they've been sending me, I have not been disappointed. They're very nice, relaxing, colorful builds, you know. I mean, let's hope we don't jinx it. I always hate stacking 1x1 bricks together. They never line up. So just take a brick like something like this, put it on the side there, kind of mush it down and just line it all up. Yeah, today I had to rebuild a screen door and rescreening things and putting a little wheel, and you put the spline or the spleen or what's this, the spline that goes into the little track for the screen doors. It doesn't slip and cut your screen. One side's like a knife, the other side is just a little wheel. And you don't do it just right, you can cut your screen, you gotta start all over. I successfully did it, so I'm happy there. Screen's nice and smooth and firm. Now I got a nice screen door. Making sure it's recording still. It's all nice and screened in. Because now we're getting to that point where it's getting nice outside and who wants to be cooped up. And sometimes you got to give your AC unit a break from just constantly running. Like this summer it was just running like crazy, mainly due to the dehumidifier pulling all the moisture out. Take that and you water your lawn or your little flowers with it. I'm going to put on there. So yeah, I don't think this is going to be a collaborative build. Oh, we got to put a stick. Why don't we put that sticker on when we were doing this in the first place? I think, well, that's kind of odd. So there's actually a back side of this, but I don't think there's going to be a whole room. That means I'm going to have to rip that off when I'm done. There it is right there. Step 21. Okay, it doesn't go like that. So you open up the door, you'll go right in, fall into the void. Oh, we're not done on that side. We got to put some hazard cones there. We don't want somebody to trip over that brick that's sticking out, or the tile there. Let's see here. Okay, now I got to put a sticker on that. So just in bag one alone, we're going through a bunch of these stickers. And I'm hoping I can get, I don't think it really matters because I'm going to rip that off when I'm done. There you go. Any more stickers? We got 2 left. Let's just finish up the whole sheet. And they stick this on here. And then they have a couple ice cream cones. Must be the ice cream shop or the smoothie shop. I don't know what it is. This is going to be a quickie. I think I'm going to come in before I go to bed tonight. I'm just going to film the whole thing. Get the whole thing done here. And some random slope there. Maybe that's the dirt coming to greet you when you go inside the snack shop. Okay. Well, maybe that could be a tree or something too. I mean, we have some leaf pieces down there. Not a whole lot, but it's something. All right, I'm going to tell you right now, the build's kind of slow in terms of the building guide. because it seems like I'm doing more page flipping. Well, I thought there'd be a tree there. Still could probably attach there. I thought I saw one on the box. Well, let's take a look. Actually, there is a tree that goes in there. Oh, there's a barrel that rolled away. I was going to say, how does that even go in there? Alright, and the carrot. Now, what I would propose to do is just shove the carrot in that little, is there a hole in the bottom of the barrel? No, just stick it in there. There's stuff that's loose. If you move this around too much, you're going to lose some pieces. And that's it for bag 1. Now we're going to kind of move to bag 2. Not kind of, we're going to. So we can get it done. Get it out of the way. Then we're back into the front again here. Obviously this is a solo build. Not Han Solo, just Solo. Yeah, we're going to deface that too. I wish Lego would print these little rug patterns on these bricks. It'd make great parts for MOCs. And the reason why I just don't do the stickers with MOCs is somebody may not be able to get the sticker print. So I try to avoid doing it in my own tutorials and MOCs and stuff. It wouldn't be fair for you, the builder, to have to reproduce that and get the paper to do it. You know, you can print on sticky paper and do that. We got some ceramics here, dark orange bowls and little glasses. That reminds me of that ceramics class that I took back in high school. That teacher just did not like me at all. You know, some of it's just, I mean, I'm a Lego artist, you know. I do this stuff. This is just for fun. And when it comes to ceramic, like sculptures, I have no clue. Okay, I can't be well-rounded and do everything. But this lady thought I should have been the best sculptor in the class. And this was high school, this wasn't a college course. Yeah, you're doing more page flipping than anything else. Imagine if this was a digital guide. My goodness, it'd be boring. Of course, I think the PDF would be fine. The city of Rosas. Doesn't look much like a city yet. I wonder if there's somebody out there that has a whole entire city build with parts lists in the building guide. I doubt it. I think I'm the only guy that has almost all his MOCs and stuff backed up. I like these pre-molded stair pieces right here. Pretty cool. I have, I think, a couple of these. One I think is in blue, and the other one's in medium azure, and I think the other one's in flame yellowish orange. I think they would have outfitted these with some studs so you can anchor minifigures down to them. So there's going to be somewhat of a third floor to this. Yeah, at least I'm... Ooh, that doesn't go there. I work a lot of hours. But the beauty about having a 3-day weekend is that's my time to relax. So I work 4 days a week, 10 hours, sometimes 12 hours a day. And today was like one of those days where I just took a nap when I got home. And of course the next day I don't have to get up and do anything. But next week is not going to be fun. I have a lot of meetings to do. I mean, a couple of them are from new clients too, so I'm going to be busy. I'm just trying to wrap everything up for the end of the year, so when I take time off, I don't pass the burden on to my assistant. She takes off in the summer months. She has a family. Hey, fine by me. I'm there in the summertime. And in the wintertime, it's my turn. You know, if I'm the owner, that's just how it is. We got to work as a team. Oh, it's like, where does that go? It goes here. We got this carrot we're going to have to fiddle around with just to oh, these just sit on here? Oh, I don't like that at all. They're just sitting on there with just one stud anchoring them down. When it's like that, I can bump into this and that will come apart. So what does that mean? If I have to spend time doing this, I have to start dinging off a little bit for build quality. So this build kind of seems like it's all over the place. We got some of these 1x1 tiles that are printed, so I can always use those for my own creations. This one just kind of sits out in the middle of nowhere there. And then we put another one of these in here. There we go. Stay there, you stupid phone. Saw that stupid phone just falling off the stand. I got to get that little stand working for the tripod. It was just ready to fall on the floor, and I thought, well, I don't feel like dealing with it. So if you heard a loud crash, that's what it was. Okay, now we got to do the roof here. I don't have this piece in this color. Yeah, it wasn't so hot over here in this little corner until I turned on all these lights, and now it's warm. It's amazing what a wavelength, like light waves, will do. Yeah, we're gonna be putting on a bunch of these little tiles on there. Yeah, I was looking at things to do over the winter. And out where I'm at, you know, the winter time is probably the best time to do things so you don't break out in a sweat. And I was like, oh, this is a little too fun for my family, and oh, this won't be interesting enough for them, or oh, they'll probably get bored doing that. And I thought, well, I don't have a whole lot of options. And of course I hear, well, why don't you just sit at home and relax? I'm thinking, well, why would I want to do that? Okay, keep this tile here at the bottom. I think it might be critical. You can barely see it right here at the edge here. And I just like, oh, I don't just want to sit around. I do enough of that already in the daytime. You know, okay, we already know how to put that on. Just snaps in there. There we go. how does that look on the lighting there? I can't tell with the viewfinder. This viewfinder, I need to get the camera like sticking out a bit more. Or I can put the camera inwards a bit, just so I can have the viewfinder out, because the ring is right in the middle of it, so I'm looking around the viewfinder. Okay, I thought I saw something flash. I was like, oh, I'm going to have to step up my game, but yeah, I've been getting a lot more of these little bluish green leaf pieces. They're nice to have. I'm trying to hoard those up. Hoard. Yeah, you heard me say, guys and gals, I hoard parts, you know. I don't hoard and vacuum tubes. Oh, I had somebody says the other day, oh, that's kind of an interesting light bulb. What would you screw into that? Like, what is it used for? And I wanted to just be like, you're kidding me. That's not a light bulb. It's it's not a blinking light bulb. It's a vacuum tube. It's a valve. And you don't look at a little black thing with 3 legs and go, oh, what is that? Is that some kind of grain of sand, a black piece of sand? No, that's a transistor. Of course, I don't think kids today even know what a transistor is. I remember the big old metal one, the ones that would kind of come in the TO3 package, and boy, those things are like all steel and stuff. They get hot and toasty. I used to change those out for when I had to do some television repair. And there's a YouTuber I watch, and he's not doing too well in his shop. And I thought, man, there's still television and hi-fi repair. You know, there is. You know, his business has been slowing down, and he's kind of running into hard times. And I thought, well, not a lot of people get stuff fixed anymore. And you stick a green hot dog in that little hole there. There you go. Probably the only green we're going to have on it. And I thought, yeah. And out here where I'm at, minimum wage now is $20 an hour. They're going to start it in April. And, I mean, it's overdue, but then again, that means the rest of us will have to start raising up our prices. As I'm not going to go to McDonald's or something like that and probably by then it'll be a $25 hamburger. I'll be like, no, not paying that kind of money for that. Now, so I see what they use the hot dog for, because it's all random there. I never thought about using hot dogs. Well, we didn't have green ones, so yeah, that's where that goes, right there. That's kind of cool. Oh, you can see that just fine. I was like, can you see it? Do I actually have it zoomed out? This is not a bad little build. It's pretty relaxing. I just don't like the loose pieces, but you know, they've been using this for pumpkins here. Or it could be an orange, depends on how you look at it. Oh, that's the last sticker. It goes on this. Must be a carpet sale. You know, you go to the store and get carpets. That's one of the things I'm going to change in my house for wheelchair accessibility, is to take out all the carpeting. That should be pretty cool. I wouldn't have to vacuum it, or just mop it. I'd rather mop than vacuum anyways. Probably keep the bedrooms carpeted. And that is it. So that's one of this right there. All right. And we actually have a lot of parts here. Just a little. That's what we have remaining for bag 2. All right, now we're going to go ahead and take a tour of it. And we're going to check and make sure that the thing's still going. This camera doesn't even have a red light. I have no clue if it's recording. It's like a base model. All right, so this thing's actually tilted all that time. Looks good enough. I mean, there you go. And got the cart. You got Asha. You got Valentino, and then Star. Okay. So this doesn't look like a bad set from the front. You got the little cart. You can throw things in there. You can go shopping for stuff. So you could take this stuff off and put it in your cart if you're purchasing some stuff. Now, that's the not so exciting part. We have doors that open up inwards, which this looks like it's something that it's not. And then the inside is, well, left to be desired of. Talking about a storefront. Well, that's exact. I mean, this looks really good in the front. It looks busy. That not so much. So, for me personally, you know, I mean, it's playable, obviously. Well, let's start right on in the review, and we're going to just jump right on into, let's start with build quality. Let's say it's average. Nothing fell apart. This seems pretty sturdy. Usually the tree's the first thing to fall down. Well, she fell down before the tree, but usually, like this stuff here that's loose, the only problem is if I pick this up and tilt it, all the accessories are going to fall on the floor. That's why I wish things could be more fixed to the surf, you know, like to a stud or something. I'm not a fan of all that. So I'd say build quality's average. Ooh, excuse me, build experience is another thing. It's pretty good. Kept my interest throughout the build. I kind of want to see how this thing was put together. And now I got the joke. The city of Rosas. Well, not too much of a city, but the build experience is pretty good. So if you're looking for something that's got a lot of bright colors that will tide you over for maybe 15 to 30 minutes, you know, there you go. It's not a bad little build. And you get Asha, Valentino, and Star. I got to memorize their names. And this little cart. And that's it. You know. Now play value. This looks like a fun set. You can play on the outside of this, but this, not so much. So I'm going to say play value. It depends. I'm going to say the play value may be lacking. Collaborative build. It's non-existent. Only one person can build this. It's a quick build, so I don't think you would need 5 people to help you put this together. And that's pretty much what that is in terms of the collaborative stuff. Just not a whole lot with it. Now, this set has some pretty decent parts from Mox. I could use these stairs and the accessories. This is mainly an accessory pack. You can use Valentino. If he didn't have this coat on him, you could just put him inside of a pet store or something, make a nice adorable little dog. But you know, okay, if you want to take a nap with your flag, that's fine. But as for city drop-in value, it's non-existent unless you're willing to build something here in the back. It looks like you need something else here because you got the stairs are going up to the middle of nowhere. Like, what is that for? For you to drop down on the table or drop into that seat? We don't know. It's just incomplete, especially for $20 for 154 bricks. That's not good. All right, not good at all. So I'm looking at just what it is. And my final score on this set, remember we had those scuffed doors. Didn't see anything else wrong with it other than that. Stickers were okay. I'm going to be mainly grading off of play value on this one. I'm going to say 8.5 out of 10. All right. I mean, it looks good in the front. This looks really good until you see the back. And that's where I'm dinging off of it. The build was easy to follow and everything. It's just what it is. This is essentially what you're getting for $20. An incomplete model. So if you're looking for a complete model, this is obviously not it. But there's some good inspiration out of this set. But for me, for a retail price of $19.99, it's a bit overpriced. I mean, I could think of other things to buy that's Lego related than this. I mean, I'm being blunt honest. I don't want to lie to you. So I say an 8.5 is basically I'm dinging off for the play value. I mean, it looks adorable. It looks cool on the front. It's just, I don't know. Maybe you guys and gals can help me out in the comments. Tell me what you think of this set.